The German Panzerhaubitze, or PZH-2000, which is considered the new substitute for old Soviet artillery in the Ukrainian military, is encountering difficulties operating in the country's challenging terrain. This information was shared in a recent article from the New York Times and other media posts. The muddy conditions during the spring season are causing problems for both Russian and Ukrainian forces in eastern Ukraine. It is impeding their movements and slowing down their operations. Moreover, the state of the terrain is posing a challenge for Ukrainian troops, who are using a German-made 155mm howitzer that is highly susceptible to dirt and grime. Serhiy, a lieutenant in the 43rd Separate Artillery Brigade, has expressed his concern that the muddy terrain could hinder the howitzer's ability to escape Russian fire. According to Serhiy, the German self-propelled artillery guns often got stuck in abnormally wet ground conditions, which raised concerns about their effectiveness in combat situations. He further revealed that the guns had to be pulled out with the help of a tow when they got trapped in muddy terrain. The report describes how spring mud, with its thick and viscous consistency similar to a mix of wet cement and cookie dough, poses a significant challenge for the Ukrainian military despite their resourcefulness. As a result, the Ukrainian military has made the decision to remove all German self-propelled artillery mounts from the battlefield, as they are vulnerable to Russian shelling and may not be able to escape effectively. Despite its performance issues in challenging terrain, the German howitzers boast several superior features over the peony artillery system and have had some success against Russian tanks and infantry. The Panzer can move swiftly and nimbly, enabling soldiers to fire off rounds and withdraw before the opposing Russian force can respond under ideal circumstances. Mykola, an artillery commander, reported that his team had successfully hit a Russian tank and taken out some infantry with only 2 direct hits before being called back due to the weather. The German PZH-2000 is equipped with advanced technology, including an electronic targeting system and automatic loading, which enables soldiers to fire shells much quicker than the peony system. Additionally, this howitzer provides better protection to soldiers due to its armored capsule, which can withstand direct hits from mortars and indirect fire from various artillery shells, ensuring that soldiers can safely ride inside it. On the contrary, the peony lacked any armor, leaving soldiers riding on top, exposed to enemy fire. However, as per the report, the older Soviet-made peony artillery system has better maneuverability in tough terrains due to its metal tracks with claw-like treads that provide improved traction. In contrast, the German Panzers delivered to the Ukrainian unit have rubber treads that are more suitable for flat, hard surfaces, providing soldiers with agility and speed. However, the howitzer's delicate electronics are at risk of damage from environmental elements such as moisture and dirt. So troops must wear specialized protective booties or slippers and utilize a vacuum cleaner for cleaning the vehicle, with the barrels sometimes need to be cleaned with a long brush. According to an inventory of Germany's military aid to Kyiv, the 14 Panzerhaubitze 2000 self-propelled howitzers sent to Ukraine are equipped with a vacuum cleaner each. Therefore, the peony system made by the Soviets is proving to be more effective than the German Panzerhaubitze, with an advantage in muddy conditions. The report further highlighted that the German-made 155mm howitzers were stored in climate-controlled garages in Germany when not in use, which is not feasible in the challenging Ukrainian battlefield terrain. This makes Panzerhaubitze requires a lot of maintenance, adding that firing 2 full loads of ammunition would need a day of servicing. Although the artillery system possesses impressive ballistics and advanced electronics that function well in Europe's controlled environments of topography and roads, it became evident during deployment in the current conflict in Russia that the system required different characteristics to be effective in these conditions. The previous destruction of its ancestors in great numbers during the conflict highlights this need for different characteristics. The ongoing mud season has had a notable impact on the progress of the Russian invasion in Ukraine, as military convoys and armored vehicles have struggled to navigate through the muddy conditions on paved roads. When attempting to drive off-road, Many vehicles became immobilized, including tanks that sank in mud up to their turrets. Consequently, the Russian military has been forced to abandon numerous vehicles, which Ukrainian farmers with tractors have later recovered. Surprisingly, despite these setbacks, Ukraine now claims to possess more tanks than it had before the invasion. The Russian military, aware of the challenges posed by the mud season, attempted to avoid its effects by executing a rapid advance along main highways to Kiev. However, strong resistance from the Ukrainian forces diverted the Russian assault off-road, resulting in their vehicles becoming bogged down in the bad situation. According to a Russian military expert, the recently transferred German self-propelled guns to Kiev have failed, tarnishing their reputation in the field. Vladislav Shurigin, the military expert, stated that the guns failed to demonstrate their capability during Russia's special military operation to protect the Donbas region. He noted that before the Russia-Ukraine war, the PZH-2000 was considered one of the best self-propelled guns globally. However, the expert explained that the main issue with the PZH-2000 is that it was designed by the German military industry based on combat situations that were relevant 80 years ago. The expert further explained that the current conflict in Russia requires self-propelled guns that possess key characteristics such as survival, maneuverability, and maintainability in all conditions. Additionally, they must be user-friendly for less technically proficient crews. However, the PZH-2000 fails to meet these requirements and is not suitable for the unique challenges of the Russian conflict, despite being an impressive piece of machinery in some aspects. As a result, the once ideal combat system has faced an image collapse and is now considered quite an ordinary machine that cannot make a turning point in Russia's special military operation. Ukrainian troops have faced the challenge of their weapons getting stuck in the mud before, with reports of their T-64 tanks from the Soviet era encountering issues with the sludgy terrain. The British Defense Ministry has also reported that mud has been impacting both Russian and Ukrainian operations following the cold winter months, with soft ground conditions across most of Ukraine leading to severe mud that is likely to slow down operations for both sides. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
5, 4, 3, 2, Zug, Feuer kommt.